Wythnos yma nes I gyfarfod efo Prif Weinidog a siarad am Anis. It was great to meet with the Prime Minister this week, and I gave him the Anis Morn Christmas card that's been designed by three schools across the island. I also had the opportunity to get him to practice his Welsh, and so I was teaching him to say Nadolig Llawen, Happy Christmas. And this afternoon, I gave a speech in the chamber in the House of Commons. It was a speech all about the music industry. And I talked about Mon FM, and I actually mentioned this show that I would be speaking in Welsh every Friday. It was an opportunity for them to dial in and listen. So hopefully, Tony and team, hopefully you've got a few more listeners tonight. Now, if you've listened to any of my previous Mon FM updates, you'll know that my priority as your Member of Parliament is to secure new investment and new jobs, especially high-skilled jobs for our island. And this week I was delighted to welcome a £175 million contract uplift to expand the pilot training here at RAF Valley. Ascent flight training has been given the extra money by the Ministry of Defence under the UK Military Flying Training Scheme. That's the MFTS programme for student pilots. And basic flying training capacity will increase from 36 to 53 students each year from 2024. And this new deal includes 4 new Texan T6 aircraft which were delivered this month. And it also includes a new static flight simulator and additional infrastructure for the station. So I'm particularly pleased that because of this uplift, 20 new long-term and highly skilled jobs will be generated. This will also give an opportunity for improved supply chain jobs throughout the island. And in more good news about jobs, I'd like to take this opportunity to update you on HMRC's new Holyhead, the Crosbie Inland Border Facility, that's the IBF. I worked hard both locally and in Westminster to ensure that the HMRC operation was based here on Anglesey, and they exchanged contracts to purchase the Road King truck stop site on Park Cubby at the end of June this year. And the site should be transformed into a fully operational customs and inspection facility by the end of 22. And the work to reach this point will involve the construction of a modern and I must say I've seen some of the plans, hugely impressive customs facility. The light customs checking operation that's already in place, that some of you may have seen, will continue as the operation expands around it, and a new inspection shed will be erected over the coming weeks, pending the wind, and should be operational for inspections by the end of January 2022. Further construction work will be carried out throughout the whole of 2022 to make the site fully operational. And through the Crosbie IBF, HMRC is bringing 200 new jobs and careers to our island. And the job roles will include security officers, administration staff, supervisors, forklift truck drivers, health and safety officers, and duty operations managers. 70 jobs have already been created, and I'm thrilled that so many of these new vacancies have been filled by local people through recruitment partnerships with Monsief, the local job centres, and also Mentor Morn. And these partnerships have enabled people to prepare themselves and acquire the skills that are needed in advance of the jobs being announced. So it really, really is a team effort. And between the Monsief, the local job centres, Mentor Morn, they've run jobs fairs, skills workshops, and have actively contacted local people who they knew were looking for work, and I'm hugely grateful for the outstanding support that they've provided to our island in making this recruitment drive such a success. Now, I know that there was some controversy about the closure of the Road King truck stop, but I'd like to reassure you that many of the previous employees have found new roles within the IBF that provided better pay and long-term career opportunities. And I was so pleased to hear from a former Road King employee, Barry Roberts, who now works at the HMRC site, who said to my team that although I was saddened by the closure of Road King, as soon as I moved to the new inland border facility, I could see the scale of the project and the job prospects it would present. We've been used to industry closing down in Holyhead, and this is the first time I can remember highly paid long-term jobs on this scale coming to the town, and it's great to see credit goes to Virginia and everyone who helped make it happen. So thanks, Barry, for that shout out. Last week I brought Minister Robert Courts to visit the new IBF facility during a really, really packed schedule that included visit to RAF Valley, Then we went to the port of Holyhead and we saw Stena, and we also saw Irish ferries, and I also introduced him to the mayor of Holyhead. And then we went to see the Inland Border Facility and to Holyhead Marine. Now, Minister Court is the Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State at the Department for Transport, and he was hugely impressed with the site and the clear economic potential of Holyhead, and he was also bowled over by our island's beauty, as everyone is when they first visit Anglesey. He's the fourth minister that we've had to the island in the last 4 months, and I'm sure he'll be waxing lyrical to lots of the other ministers, so hopefully we'll have many more coming in the future. I've worked tirelessly to bring this HMR facility and the jobs and opportunities that came with it to Holyhead. And Lord Agnew, who is the Minister of State at the HM Treasury, he wrote a letter to me recently and said, I and my team in HMRC will continue to work alongside you, Virginia, as we've done throughout this process. And I look forward to sharing further success through our continued collaboration. Many of you have contacted me with your concerns about the newly discovered Omicron variant of COVID-19, and I understand your concerns, and I must echo the pleas of the UK government, the Welsh government, and our local health board. Vaccination remains our best defence against the virus, and the best gift that you can give to yourself and to your loved ones this Christmas is to get vaccinated. If you've not received a jab and you haven't yet got your booster, then please do get those in place. I actually had my booster on the way to work into Westminster earlier this week. Full guidance on eligibility for vaccine jabs can be found on the BCUHB website. That's bcuhb.nhs.wales. But if you need any further help in obtaining information, then please get in touch with my office and my team. We are here to help you. I'd like to bring your attention to there's a drop-in clinic for young people this weekend, and Betsy Cadwallader will be holding a COVID-19 vaccine drop-in clinic for those aged between 20 to 15 in Bangor on Sunday. That's between 8:30 in the morning and 11 o'clock, and Anglesey residents are eligible to attend. And I would encourage you to take your eligible children along or let others know about it. And please check the BCUHB website for more details. Before I go, I want to take this opportunity to remind you that I send out a free monthly e-newsletter. Many of your neighbours will already be receiving it, and I encourage you to do likewise. I'll be sending the December email out over the next few days, and I really would appreciate your feedback. This is your opportunity to make the email as inclusive as it can be. You can register for your personal copy via my website or contact my office with your email address and ask to be added. And of course, you can contact me in a variety of ways. My office in Holyhead, next to the Butchers in Stanley Street. You can give me a call, you can email me, or you can jump on my website. And as ever, it's been a pleasure to report back to you, and I hope you all have a relaxing and enjoyable weekend. Pen with nostalgia.